Hi, today I wanted to mention something that came to my mind because of issues my daughter's been having since yesterday. She's been sick. We think she's had stomach virus, and it's messed up her sleep schedule last night. But it reminded me of a time when she was about 3 years old when she would refuse to go to sleep until like around 3 a.m. I've heard of a lot of kids with autism will stay up to ungodly hours of the night, and it's very hard to get them to be on a routine or a sleep schedule of any kind like a normal human being. But I wanted to leave on here two things that helped me to get my daughter to start sleeping on a regular schedule. I think because she's sick right now, it messed up her sleep schedule last night. I'm thinking either that or she's had something with dye in it that's made her get messed up at school. I'm thinking maybe they might have given her Doritos, or maybe it's just where she's just been sick. But she did not want to go to bed last night. It was probably around midnight or after midnight before she would fall asleep, and that's been that's not been the normal since I got these two things lined out. Starting when she was about 3 years old, I figured out two things. One is I got room darkening curtains. I realized somehow that if there was any light whatsoever in the room, she wouldn't go to sleep. It would just keep her up and wired. So I started with sleep masks, and until I got a chance to, cause the sleep masks sometimes will have a little bit of pressure on their forehead, and I don't know if your child is like that, but my daughter kind of likes a little bit of pressure on her forehead sometimes. But getting room darkening curtain rods, or like wraparound curtain rods, and I'll show you what I mean in a minute. I have them in all the windows of my house now, but I got wraparound curtain rods and room darkening curtains. That way that there's no light whatsoever that gets in the room, and that really helped my daughter start sleeping on getting her on a routine schedule of a sleep pattern. The other thing I would say, that the second best tip I can give for helping a child with autism get on a routine and a regular sleep schedule is staying on a routine, trying to keep it as routine as possible. I know that everyday life doesn't always work out routinely, but especially like when you're traveling, things just aren't going to be the same. You're not going to have the same room, the same house. If you're on vacation, things are going to be all messed up, but try to keep things as routine as possible. Take things from home that will remind them of home. The same hair dryer that you normally use when they get out of the bathtub, the same toy that they play with while you're drying their hair. Well, that's what I do with my daughter. Like, she would want to play with the same toy at a given time. Now, her routine has changed over the years several different times. Just make it whatever you're having to change and make that your new normal, and until they get used to it. It takes my daughter about a week and a half to 2 weeks for something to become her new normal, if you have to change up a pattern. But here, I'll go in the house and I'll show you what I mean by the wraparound curtain rods and the room darkening curtains. But those are the two tips I have for helping kids with autism get on a regular sleep schedule. So these right here are what I'm talking about. And you'll see the rod, and my house is not all that pretty here, but so these are at Walmart. You can get them. They've been a godsend for getting my daughter to go to sleep on a regular schedule. And these are not the thickest curtains, as you can see the sun shining through them, but these are at Walmart too, and at nighttime, like, they don't show any light whatsoever coming through at all. So they help out whenever you're needing to get them on a sleep schedule. They worked for my daughter. Hopefully they help your child with autism to get on a schedule so that you won't be so sleep deprived that it's a danger. I remember when my daughter was 3, I was doing shift work back then, and I was working, some days I would work 16-hour shifts, and my daughter was about 3, and she wouldn't go to sleep some nights until 3 a.m., and I would have to be up getting myself ready for work like at 6:45 or 7 o'clock in the morning to make it to work the next day. And that was, I was lucky that I didn't have a car accident and get killed or something, because I was so sleep deprived and it was just not working. That's how I come up with trying to rack my brain, figure out what ways I could try to get my daughter to go to on a regular sleep schedule and not be staying up till 3 a.m. every day, and then going to her grandmother's house and then napping for 4 hours and then she comes home and she's all wired, and then I'm dead when I get home. So, I mean, sleep is important for you and for your child, and to be on a regular schedule. So I just want to encourage you, try these things out. They might help you out. Thank you for watching.